Good morning everyone, it is Sunday. Len and I say hello for another week of writing vlogs. So good morning, hello. For those of you that don't know me, I'm AuthorGabSkeldon, author of the Merlin's Air series, and this is another week of my little writing vlogs where I'm kind of giving a little bit of insight into what it's like to be an indie author who's also working full-time, but not just trying to write, trying to build like a creative business using Kickstarter, artwork and merch and things like that. So thank you for watching, and this week we are going to be focusing on writing my next novel in the series, in the Merlin's Air series, Otherworld. So last week I launched my second Kickstarter for the first two books in the series. I ran one in May, which was successful, and I made £1,800, which was great. This one has been going just less than a week and I'm already at 1,400 and something, so nearly 1,500 quid. So super exciting. It's still got 2.5 weeks to go, so I'm hoping that I'm going to raise that funding a little bit more. But now that it's actually going, it means that I don't have to worry about building a Kickstarter. And now I can just focus on writing. Today, so as part of my authoring business, such a hard life laying in the sun, got everything to cry about. So as part of my authoring business, I also have started delivering talks and workshops around different creative things, so around presentation skills and digital and social media right now. So I've got 3 of those talks coming up this week. So I'm going to design the session for digital and social media today. That's what I'm on with there. And then I'll be writing. Yesterday, I tried something new. I tried doing writing sprints and they were really successful. I got about 2,500 words, so I'll be trying writing sprints again today. I will keep you up to date with anything that's going on, and yeah, see you in a bit. Okay, hello. So it's still Sunday. It's just about to turn 2, but since I last vlogged, I have been working on creating my presentation for social media. So I've done my bare bones, which is what I always do, and I've put titles on all the slides and kind of got the structure how I want it. So I'm going to take a little break now, eat some lunch, and then I'm going to do some writing sprints after lunch and maybe come back to this. I might not come back to it today. I might just let it percolate and come back to it tomorrow, because I've got tomorrow morning to finish it. I can do it tomorrow morning. I've got Tuesday in the daytime and also Wednesday morning. So I might come back and fill in a few bits. It depends how rushed that I'm feeling. But I do like to let things percolate in my brain, and just kind of just settle and just digest. But I've got a good structure and I'm going to be excited to run it. And it is my job, it is my day job. I do design sessions on the reg. I do design sessions regularly about all different topics, employability skills, writing stuff. So I do actually know what I'm doing. I've been a trainer for 5 years now. So yeah, I do. I'm just at the stage now where I'm thinking, am I going to be ready? And I've got a little tickle of nerves, but I designed that presentation, skills presentation, the exact same way, and it's maybe one of the best sessions that I run. So yeah, I'm happy. And it's just, I give the students the advice and say, trust your gut, stick to the plan, do that. So I just have to take my own advice. So yeah, have a quick break, eat some lunch and do some writing sprints. So I'll come back to you when I'm doing that. Okay, so I'm all set up to do my sprint. So I've got my little thing set up, and you can see all my pens. Look at that, beautiful. So they're my new pens. Do you remember when I showed you them a few weeks ago that I ordered? So they arrived and there's loads of them. They're beautiful. So it's 3:28. I'm going to start my sprints at 30:30. For the first 2, or at least the first one, I'm going to plot the next things that are going to happen. I'm going to plot, and then I'm going to have to do some research. So I might plot the next 2 chapters, and then I've got to do some research for chapter 8, because in that chapter they're walking from when they've been through Glassland to the castle, or whatever stands for the castle, and in that time they're going to recount the story of the Fisher King, what my version of the Fisher King is. So I just need to do some research into that story. Like, I've done some historically, but just a little bit of a refresher. So yeah, I'm gonna plot for the first little bit, then we'll probably research for the second bit, and then write. So I'm doing 15-minute sprints with 5-minute break, and I'm going to start in a minute. So see you then. Okay, so I've just done my first 15 minutes. I'm on a 5-minute break now. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I might need to extend my breaks a little bit, because if I make a cup of tea between and stuff. But I've plotted 3 chapters. Well, got plotting notes for 2 chapters actually. I'd already done that one. So I've got chapter 9. Sorry, Len. Chapter 9, Willow chapter 10, when we finally go into Anwin, or Otherworld. Because they're going through Glassland Lake, and I've obviously got a lot of UK legend, so there's some Scottish legend, there's some Welsh in there, whatever. Anwin is the Welsh word for Otherworld, so I'm using them interchangeably in the story, so Anwin and Otherworld are just mixed up. Yeah, so I've plotted those 2 bits. Deciding what order the chapters are going to go in, because now I'm working with 3 POVs. I don't want to do too crazy and give, Merle always has most. She's the female main character, and she is the heir of Merlin, so she obviously gets most chapters throughout the book, but she's got a bit of downtime now in this one, so we're going to be swapping mostly between Ren and Willow, because most of the action is there. So I've just had a Ren chapter. I think I'll do another Ren chapter, actually. I think I'll do another Ren chapter, then a Willow chapter, then a Mel chapter. I'm just writing that down. So I'll do that. So I'm going to plot again for another 15 minutes, try and plot those next 3 chapters and see where I'm at. Then that'll be half an hour, 40 minutes gone, and I can just try and focus on writing. But I do, like I said, need to do some research on the Fisher King. So maybe I'll plot these next 3 chapters in my 15 minutes. I will research the Fisher King in the next 15 minutes, and then I'll write after that. I think that's going to work. So I've still got 2.5 minutes left of my break, but I won't waffle on for the entirety of it. I'm going to make a cup of tea, and I'll see you at the next break. Okay, so that was my second round of plotting. I managed to plot chapter 11 and chapter 12. But something has happened in chapter, or I used the wrong colour, in chapter 9 and chapter 12 that I didn't plan on. I'd always planned that obviously the party would be split into 3, and that Willow's party going to the Isle to Scene with the sisters, or the sign, or whatever. I've only ever seen it written down, like I've said. Where they go there and they're going to try and find a cure for law and unravel some prophecy. That's the whole point why they want to go there. But once they've got there, they've found out that the sisters also have a problem, and that they think there's an imposter running around trying to get some kind of information from the sisters So it's likely healing information, and they don't know who it is or why they're being targeted, but they do have a problem. That was not in my plot originally. So, yeah, that's a new addition to the plot there. Sorry. That's a new addition. It does give us something a little bit more to talk about, actually. I think it will probably be a rogue fae, an agent of Morguis, obviously. Morguis is looking to be healed, and she didn't know that she was going to be traded the Holy Grail. She also can't bank on the fact that they're going to be traded the Holy Grail, right? She has to anticipate a double cross. So that'll be what that is. I reckon it'll just be someone looking for a way to heal Morguis as an imposter. Then, so we go back to, so we've got Ren, Willow, Merle. Merle's chapters are a bit difficult in this one, I won't lie to you, in this midsection anyway, because she's been left back at King Pen's castle with Richard Pike, who's Rory's husband. They stay behind because it's part of King Pen's terms, and also they're magical, so they're more likely to cause a hindrance in other worlds, and they're more likely to be attracted to the Grail, which is why they've been left behind. But her chapters are just being at King Pen's palace, talking to King Pen, and we're going to hear a story about Morguis. We're going to hear a story about Morguis, so Merle will probably only have 2 chapters. Probably only have 2 chapters before the party comes back. So this is one of them, get them in the middle. Probably build up to the story. Then we'll have a Ren chapter, maybe Ren, Willow, Ren, Willow, Willow, I don't know, we'll do it that way. And then Merle's last chapter will be before they're ready to come back from Anwen. So, yeah, I've got a little bit more of my break left. So I'm just going to drink some tea and enjoy that, and then I'll check it again. I'm feeling a bit tired actually, so I might just have a long rest. Because I'm feeling a bit tired. So, yeah, I might see you in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. I've done my 3rd round. I did research and a bit of plotting. I found some good stuff. Like I've just confirmed what I already knew, and that the Fisher King is the last protector of the Grail. Him and King Pen are not the same person most of the time. I don't know if they're ever the same person, but I like King Pen. I like the name, so and I want it to be him. So it is going to be him, and he's going to be the Fisher King. So basically, sorry if this is spoilers, by the way, I hope you don't mind, but the legend says that Sir Percival, I'm on the wrong page, Sir Percival was supposed to ask him a question, and that was supposed to heal his leg in the proper Arthurian context, but Sir Percival doesn't ask the question. He messes up lots of Percival in the original story. Like, he's supposed to stop the procession and ask where the Grail is, and he doesn't. He's supposed to heal the Fisher King, and he doesn't. So in my story, both the Percival twins are there. They go to Anwen, and Amelie is going to be the big saviour. She's not going to ask the question the first time because that would solve the problem too easily, but she's going to go in, she's going to stop the procession, she's going to be responsible for like finding the Grail, and she's going to be the one who heals the Fisher King. But as always, we're going to have a little element of betrayal because the Fisher King needs to be corrupted. And that gives Merle something to do. It gives Merle and Richard something to do. So in their chapters, they're going to be snooping around the castle, and then they're going to trade stories with the Fisher King. And that's what's going to happen. So maybe we'll give them 3 chapters. We'll give them, or maybe 2. I'm not sure, we'll give her 1 or 2 or 3 chapters. Probably only 2, actually, because we don't want to drag the story out anymore than it needs to be dragged out. And people like to get to the action. And this stuff, right, so I'm gonna stop doing my Pomodoro for a bit now, because I'm just gonna take a little bit of an extended break. And then I'm gonna move upstairs and come back to writing. But I will tell you a little bit about my plot, that little bit I was just going to tell you, but I'm going to change my camera and stuff first, so I'll be right back. So obviously we have to respect the fact that before the beginning of this book, Marguise had no idea that she was going to get Morgana and the gang to do the dirty work and find the Holy Grail, right? She will have been aware that she needed to take some drastic action. Well, I'm telling you, she was aware that she needed to take some drastic action to to heal herself from the battle with Merlin in the first book. And obviously part of that drastic action we now know was sending somebody to the Isle de Sign to try and find in their libraries or from the Healing Sisters a way to fix her. And the other option could well be that they knew that King Pen is the last guarder of the Holy Grail, and therefore they've tried to get to him. And they've tried to get to him and he has folded. Right, so in the story, King Pen is not necessarily going to be a bad guy, but he is a guy who's been in pain for a long time. And he's not necessarily a good guy, like he's a kind of morally grey character, and he's not going to be in it loads. But it could be, or it is probably now going to be. I need to have a bit of a think about it, right? Because this literally has just happened. This idea has just happened while I've just been plotting, so don't hold me to it, it might change. But it could be that he has already made a deal with Marguise before and said, yes, you can go into Otherworld and have a look for the Grail. Maybe we won't do that. Or maybe he's not promised her. See, this is what I was talking about. Okay, so I've read back through my notes and I'm back. So basically, the legend of the Fisher King. Sorry, that was what I was doing, like a little mental gymnastics I was trying to figure out. But the story of the Fisher King is that he's the last protector of the Grail, and a wound in its leg renders him useless and his lands barren, right? That's the canon story of Arthurian legend. And Percival has the power to not only save the Fisher King, but to save his land. But obviously, when we go into Otherworld, the lands are not barren and they're not bare. And that has to be asked, why? Why are they not? So I think what we're going to do is that historically, long before this point, nothing to do with the Holy Grail, King Pen has made a deal with Marguise that she will restore his lands and she will use her magic and the magic of the fairy realm to keep Otherworld lush and green and whatever. And he has got to essentially serve her, right? He has got to serve her. He has got to give her information. He's got to give her the Dullahan. So I'm not set on that they're going to be called the Dullahan, but the Dullahan are in, I think it's Irish law, Irish legend, or Scottish legend. I think it's Irish. They are a group of 9, 7, an odd number of fairies that are like just machines, like they're just killing machines, and whoever they work for, they're like the Golden Guard. So it could be historically that she's said to King Pen, when I need them, the Dullahan are mine, and I'll keep your lands lush and you will serve me, and can't fix your leg, but I can fix the lands. And that he made that deal with her because Morgana, Morgana. So I just had a good idea. I'll tell you, because there's not many of you who watch these vlogs, but it is spoilers. It is spoilers, so I'll do it in another clip. If you don't want to see the spoilers and you actually want to read the book, don't watch this next bit. So what we're going to do is it's going to turn out that he's done that because when Morgana asked if she could hide the Grail in Otherworld, she promised to heal his leg and she didn't, right? That was the deal. She would heal his leg and then he would protect the Grail. But she hid the Grail in Otherworld and didn't heal his leg and just left. So he's really mad with her, but she didn't tell them that. She didn't tell the gang that. So because she's really mad, he was really mad with her, he made a deal with her sister, He made a deal with Marguise to keep the lands lush, and she would have him and the Dullahan at her disposal whenever she wants it. And he doesn't tell Merle that or anybody that until after they've healed his leg. So they're going to heal his leg, and then he's going to confess to everything that has happened, confess what the Dullahan are, confess the deal, but he is going to swear that he will change sides and be with them. And he's actually going to do that because Amelie and Rhiannon are in love, and Amelie is going to stay behind in Otherworld with Rhiannon, and they are going to spend their time raising an army with Kingpen's help. So that's what they're going to do, and that's what's going to happen when they leave. Like, they're going to leave Otherworld and they're going to leave Amelie behind. Oh, that's a lovely little plotting session. I feel good about that. So, yeah, that's the spoilers over. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether I should even include it because it might ruin the twist, but we'll include it. So, spoilers over. Okay, so if you have just skipped that bit, the spoilers are done now. And yeah, we've figured out what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. So a lovely little plotting session. So what I'm going to do now is move upstairs. I've shown you the dog. Look at him. Absolutely sparked yet again. Tired himself out with all the excitement of the day. Look how long he is now. So yeah, I'm going to move upstairs, have a break. I probably will write actually, but I might write in a just more comfortable setting and not worry about Pomodoro. Because I've got a bit of a headache. I also want a bath, but I don't know. I do my best thinking in the bath. I do my best thinking in the bath, so that's why I like to get him when I'm in this creative zone. But sometimes, yeah, with the dog and stuff, he doesn't like being left, and he doesn't like sitting in the bathroom either. So who knows? But yeah, I'm going to take a break and then come back to writing in a little bit. So I will see you then. Okay, hello. So I've been in the bath. I managed to make him settle so I could get in. And now you might be wondering why I've got this t-shirt on my head, but I'm pretty convinced that I've got curly hair, right? At least wavy hair. And I've tried to do it a couple of times before to make the curls stay in, and I've not really been successful. So I'm just trying again. I didn't know, like, apparently it takes weeks, months to really get a good wave if you've not been like trying to do it. So maybe I just didn't stick with it long enough. So I'm just trying. I haven't got loads of stuff to do it with. I don't know if I've got everything right, but I just need to I'm going to try and do it and see how I get, see if I can get my hair to go curly naturally. So anyway, less of that, and what am I doing? So I am now moved upstairs. Leinster is still absolutely flogged. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to do some writing sprints. I'm going to do some sprints while I'm watching Sarah Cannon's NaNoWriMo vlogs, because you don't have to do them in silence. You can do them and I know the idea is like that you concentrate, but I've been concentrating all day, so I'm just going to do a hybrid. Going to do a hybrid model and see how far I get, because I do really want to get some words done, and I do have time before Rald gets home from work, and I want to spend the evening with him when he gets home, so I've got to make sure I get my words done before that. So I'm going to go. I'll check in at my breaks. Yeah. Okay, so I just did my first 15-minute sprint, and here we go. 394 words. That's quite a lot. So I'm happy with that. What I might do is, I think, 10-minute sprints and 5-minute breaks, because that means then I can get 4 in an hour and I get 4 little breaks. So I'm going to do that, because you're allowed to sprint for as little or as long as you want, I think, according to the rules. I'm very much enjoying watching Sarah, so I'm going to carry on I'll do 2 more sprints right now and see where we're at. Shall I do 3? Shall I make it a good round? I don't know. I'll do 2 and see where we're at. Okay, after my next sprint, I am on 324 words for this sprint. So, pretty good. So I've got a couple of minutes of rest left. I'll show you. So yeah, a couple of minutes of rest left, and then I'm going to go into my sprint. After that, I'm going to have a longer break and then make a cup of tea and come back and do a couple more because they're going really well. So yeah. So I had to stop my last sprint halfway through because the fireworks have started and Len doesn't like them. So I'm going to pause sprinting and stuff for a bit and just sit with him, and like not necessarily like I'm just sat next to him, just so that he feels a bit more comforted. Because he like can't settle and he's just wandering around and stuff. So I'm gonna have my laptop still. I think I turned it off, but I think he's gonna be okay to just like mooch. So I'm gonna have it, but I'm probably not gonna sprint because I keep having to break off. So I'm just going to write. I'm watching Meredith Phillips. That was a loud one. I'm watching Meredith Phillips. So I'm going to turn her back on so she's drowning out the sound of the fireworks and get back to writing. So I will try and check in again. I think I probably will check in again. Yeah, I will. So see you in a bit. Okay, so I'm here to sign off. Look, you can see I've gone a little bit curly. I'm still not fully dry, so we'll just wait for it to dry and see what it does. But I was sick of having the t-shirt on my head, so I took it off. But yeah, I'm just here to sign off for the day. I finished in writing on 1,013 words. So there we are. That's obviously not quite enough to like be a total day for Nano, but I'm tired. I've still got to make tea. And I wrote a lot of words yesterday. So if I carry on at this rate, you know, even if I every day, no, I didn't get 2,000 today, but if every day I can get to 2,000, 1,500, something like that, I might be able to catch up. But, you know, at the end of the day, if I don't catch up, I don't catch up. I didn't intend to do Nano this year because of the Kickstarter. So I'm just jumping in a little bit late to the bandwagon to see what I can do. So no pressure, as always, just writing, trying to get the book finished. And yeah, it's going really well. I'm enjoying writing. But it's late and I'm tired, so I will see you tomorrow. So hello everyone, good morning, it's Thursday. Not really had chance to vlog because I've been super busy with work and all different stuff, but I'm delivering a talk in like an hour, so I'm just at the place, so I'm going to go grab a coffee and try and do half an hour of writing before I start. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to check in with you later and stuff. But yeah, still going good. See you in a bit. Hello everyone, it is Friday and finally I've got a chance to do some authoring this week. So you may be wondering why I look a bit like I've put my finger in an electric socket, but that's because I have naturally wavy hair, right? But I didn't know until a little while ago that I had it. So I've been trying to get the waves to come out and I'm having medium success. Like today's, like there is some there, obviously, like, there's a bit more definition, especially like underneath, but mousse, I used mousse and gel last night and it's not really worked. Like it's made my hair really dry, the mousse, because I did it with just gel. Just gel, and it was much better. So I might have to try that new strategy and leave the mousse because it's just made it go like massive. So I have finished work for the day, which means it's time for authoring. Me and the Len dog are at home together. So I'm going to play with him for a little bit, get him to calm down and then do some writing. I will probably be doing sprints again. So I'm excited. I have not had a chance to write loads this week. I obviously did last week. I did a couple of 100 words when I was waiting for my lesson to start the other day. But apart from that, I've just not really had a chance. So playing catch up, as always. But, you know, we weren't playing Nano officially. We'll just see what we can get done if we can. There's nothing to say that now my schedule's lightened up a bit that I won't have time to do more writing. But as always, I'll vlog when I set my little sprint station up. I'll share what I'm doing in workouts and stuff. So yeah, See you in a bit. Okay, so I'm finally ready to write. I've had my tea, sorted the dog out, been in the shower after I come back from work. So ready to actually get some sprints in. I'm gonna, like I did the other day, sprint for a couple of hours if I can. I think I'm gonna do, like I did with Sarah, do 4 25-minute sprints with 5-minute breaks in between, because even though the word counts were not as maybe efficient as doing like 15-minute sprints, it felt like a short amount of time overall. So I'm gonna try that and see, and I'm gonna watch Sarah while I'm doing it rather than listening to music, and have her on in the background. So yeah, I'm gonna start sprinting now. In my 5-minute breaks, I will check back in with you. Yeah. So in my last sprint, I've got 522 words. So that was pretty good. I only did a 20-minute sprint in the end, but that's not too bad. I'm going to do 20 minutes. I think that's a good compromise. I've got a minute of my break left. I already recorded this once and then pressed the record button at the wrong time. So I'm going to jump straight back into the next round of sprints. Yeah, I will see you after. So in this sprint this time, we got 466 words. I did have to get up and put a jumper on and turn the heating on a little bit. So a few words shorter, but it's still pretty good. I am still enjoying sprints, but I'm also feeling a little bit tired. So, but I'm not finished writing. I want to finish this chapter, but I'm going to stop sprinting, and I'm just going to write and finish the chapter. So, because I was going to watch Sarah Cannon, but I put music on instead because she was a little distracting, but I really like watching her when I'm writing. So I'm going to finish the chapter. They've just got, I know we're, like, I will tell you about spoilers if you want, but I just realised after watching Sarah actually that you guys, if you're watching, you might be writers, so spoilers don't really matter because you might not be reading. So reading my book anyway, not reading at all. So yeah, they've just got to the bit I just want to finish. They've got to the silver gates under the castle. Merle has announced herself and told Kingpen that they've arrived. So the end of this chapter is just going to be them being taken up into the castle proper and being introduced to Kingpen. I had in my plotting notes, I'll show you, there where it says option, end chapter here, or tell him why they're there. So it depends on the word count. So if this chapter had been light and we'd got to the gates and called for Kingpen and I'd only been 1,000 words in or whatever, we would have done it where we would have told him why we came in this chapter and like told him that we want the Grail. And like Mill has done that a bit, but like properly explained. But I think we're going to be at 2,000 words just about. So instead, we're just going to get taken up to the throne room, meet Kingpen. He's going to say hello or whatever, and then we're going to leave it there and go back to Willow's chapter. So that's my aim for tonight. Finish that scene, finish this chapter, and yeah, that'll be it. So I'll check in once I've done that. Oh, what else am I going to do? I'm going to read some of my friends' novellas. So my friend Rianne has asked me and Carrie to critique some of her novellas. They're really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. So but I'm going to finish my words. It's only 7:10. I'm going to finish my words and then we'll probably sit and do some reading. So yeah, I'll check in as soon as the chapter is done. So hello, I have finished the chapter. So I'm finishing on 1,231 words. So not quite 2,000, but good enough for the day. The chapter is 2,500 words, so I don't really want to add any more. And we just finished with the fairy coming to open, so they get met by the gates of Otherworld by a fairy called Dindrain. Dindrain in, I think that's how you say it, I've only ever seen it written down. But she is sister or sometimes half sister of Percival and plays a large part in many Holy Grail stories. So she's not playing sister of Percival in my story, she's playing a fairy, but the name still serves and it's nice. So I'm finishing today with that total, what did I say, 1,231 words. So I'm going to add it to my total. that means the manuscript of Otherworld is now at, oh, you ready? 22,220 words. So I feel pretty good stopping there. But I'm also going to sign off the vlog for today. I am planning on doing a little bit of writing tomorrow, so hopefully I will see you then. Hello everyone, good morning. It is Monday, but I did not sign off for last week's vlog, so just coming on to sign off. We got some good writing done in the week, and I'm hoping to get some more done this week, some more good words. I think we hit maybe 5,000 words for the course of the week, so super happy with that. And yeah, I'll be starting the next vlog soon, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.